Hello, everyone, and welcome to Littlefield live streaming. Tonight's show is The Big Weird. Now, please welcome your hosts, Ryan Beck, Casey Salengo, and Will Winner.
Oh, hello.
Woo!
What's up?
Weird, everybody.
Hey, how you doing, boys?
Howdy, how are you?
I'm doing good. Howdy, how are you?
I'm great, man. Sitting in a graveyard.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Well, I'm in Pennsylvania now, and Grace is my wife. Grace, she grew up next to a graveyard, and now I'm sitting in it.
Nice.
Very cool.
You see any ghosts? Anything spooky?
There's no ghost or anything like that. The only thing that is spooky is that someone right here is buried in 2013, and I thought that this was non-operational. So now I feel a little guilty sitting here, but.
I don't know. Would you care if someone sat on your grave if you're
If
buried?
someone had a doomsday show on my grave, I might be offended.
Yeah.
There are little things. I don't care what happens to me after I die. You know, I don't care what happens to my body or anything like that.
I got
Someone
big
had a
plans.
show
You worry. I got big plans, buddy.
for my body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a lot of crows gathering on my porch, so.
You guys just hang out for a while. It'll be like, a couple days. We'll get you something.
We'll get you something, boys. Well, that's nice. You're in Pennsylvania. You got a new car?
Yeah, I bought a car today. I've never purchased a car as an adult man. Last car I had was in college. So
Is it new or used?
2008. It's very by like teenagers and stuff.
Good year.
Yeah, I mean, it works. It's pretty cool. It's a luxury edition. So it's a luxury edition from 2008, but that's pretty cool. Never had a luxury edition of anything.
Does it have a 6-disc CD changer in it, bro?
It does. Will, it does.
That's awesome.
6 discs. I can put all 6 in there. It'll spin through them. It's got a backup camera. It's got heated seats.
Hey, now.
It's got, what else has it got? It's got navigation, GPS navigation. It also is like the kind of navigation. This is a fun fact about the car is that it's from 2008, and so the GPS thing when you go on the roads, it kind of like has a couple of businesses that like did business with Honda, I guess, and so like they like show up their little icons. Like it shows you where the Dunkin' Donuts are and the Burger Kings are. But
That's
like
awesome.
yeah, so it has like the logos. But what's weird about that is that like that's from 2008, so a lot of the Dunkins and Burger Kings that have shown up are like just different businesses now.
Yeah.
So where all the I can point out of my car window and be like, that used to be a Burger King. So I've got that.
Sexy.
I've got that for me now.
Does it have businesses that have gone under? Like you got a Petco coming up on your.
Yeah. It's got Blockbusters
Or wait.
all over. I know where all the Blockbusters are.
Blockbuster. I meant pets.com. I'm sorry, guys.
Shows you the digital businesses.
Will, how are you? Your skin looks beautiful.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm good. I've been tanning, doing shirtless workouts on my roof. I'm trying to quit my Juul. And nothing to see here. Everything's going real smooth.
You don't look happy about the Juul, bud. Well, sucks
How
to
many-
be you, brother?
How
It's
long's it
really
been since
hard.
you took a puff on the Juul?
It's been 36 hours.
Oh, that's pretty good for you. I mean, for anybody, but
for you.
Fuck,
yeah, but Will likes it. Will really you and him both. You just like do it mid sentence.
It's fun. He's told me multiple times I'll never quit the Juul. I'll never do it. Multiple times, and you did it.
I mean, I'm almost there. If I can make it to Saturday morning at 9 a.m., that's like 3 full days.
All right.
Tomorrow.
I had the decision as to whether or not I was going to get out of bed to go get more cartridges. And I was like, no, I'm tired of getting out of bed to go buy Juuls. This ends now. And I've been listening to an audiobook by a Navy SEAL. And I'm going to be making a lot of changes, boys.
I always get a little concerned when you listen to these Navy SEAL audiobooks because you come back with some pretty extreme ideas.
Yeah, I think that we all kind of do that, but Will does it to the extreme where we like hear a new fact, or maybe we'll see someone like attempt a petty stunt or something like that, and then
content to stay the same more than any people I've ever met in my life. It's because of your boyish good looks and stuff. You're just like, I'm just gonna eat the same thing, do the same things, live the same way until I die. It's fucking insane, man. You don't ever want to try anything different. You're just gonna eat a turkey sandwich every day for the rest of your life. You shitting me? Come on.
I have eaten a turkey sandwich every day this week, and I didn't know that was public knowledge.
I just bought a bunch of turkey at the store. I'm excited for after the show.
Look, but okay, so like
sandwich and Casey's version is eating expired turkey.
All right, come on. The date they put on it is the sell by. You got a good week after that. You can write it out. I'm not wasting meat. I'm not letting these fat cats in the government tell me when to throw my meat out.
That's true. They're not on your side.
No, I'm not a sheep. But anyway,
they want you to consume. They want you to buy more turkey. It's a big conspiracy.
No, I'll eat a full-on expired alive turkey. I don't care.
Well, I think we should note this because I think that this is a significant day. Casey has shaved off his quarantine beard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks good, man.
I know the stash is pretty smooth. I'm feeling good about stuff. The lady likes it a lot, which is weird.
You look great, man. I really like this. It looks very natural. That's why I didn't even notice like that the beard was gone, because this is such a case man look.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. My wife likes it a lot, which is always weird. When a woman likes a mustache too much, it makes you feel like some treacherous happened, you know?
The past traumas.
Like I look like a creep. I look creepy, but I like it. I think it's fun.
You look like Burt Reynolds. You just look like a time gone by. That's where you should keep it. It fits you.
You're right.
I think the quarantine was worth it when I look at your mustache. I think you had enough time to really become the person you're supposed to be.
Thanks, buddy. You got a car. You got abs. I got a stash. We're on. When are you going to show us your abs, Will? Because I know you've been working on them. So when are you
ready?
You keep saying they're not ready. When's it going to be ready? Next week?
If you participated in physical fitness, you know that you make projections and sometimes you miss those targets.
Ooh, wow. If I participated in physical fitness, what a thing to say to a friend. Give us a date. I believe you said June 15th.
Said first, I was wrong. I thought June 15th. It's still not going to be ready. I mean, the best we can do is we can hope for my birthday, July 11th, that I will have full abs, but I can't make any promises. They'll see them when they're ready. When they're ready to be seen, I'll show you. But they're not ready yet.
All right. Well, not much I can do about that. I'd like to see them now. But, you're going to leave.
Always trying to get everybody to take their shirt off is our first guest.
Yeah. That's
I think that's a perfect segue. If you guys are ready to start kick this off.
Ready to fucking kick it into overdrive, baby. Let's get big and let's get weird.
Hey, here he is. Here's our first guest, Ahri Findling.
Hi.
The Safari Findling.
They say that, quarantine changes you, but Ryan just describing GPS and Casey defending expired deli meat and Will just describing his abs. Nothing's changed, boys. We're just still living this fucking shithole. My daughter's having a meltdown on this baby monitor right now. Life is good.
Maybe you should check on her.
Nah.
Yeah, what counts as a meltdown for a less than 1-year-old?
Well, the sound is completely off the baby monitor and I can hear her through the wall. So I would say that is a meltdown.
What's she yelling about in there, you think?
She probably doesn't want to go to bed, or she's hungry and wants food. I'm not really sure, but she'll
You might be upset about your beard.
What are you talking about? This looks good. I did a thing where this is shorter than this. It's like a taper.
Wow.
You know what? It's been shorter parts that don't connect here.
Yeah, I like it. Why do you need it to connect? That's what 80% of the world is doing. You know, you got to be different.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to have fun. I'm teasing you.
Oh, really? You're sitting in a cemetery talking about GPS. That's fun?
Okay. If that's not fun to you, I don't know.
I think it looks nice, Dar. You look like a lesser Wahlberg. That
Ooh.
family. The
Lower than a Donnie?
You're lower than Don. Don't even.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the worst thing you've said.
You're
Some
not-
pretty
You're
bad
not
things.
half a Donnie. All right.
Okay. All right. That's fine. He's an anti-vaxxer, so I'll be okay.
Well, that's to be debated if that's a good idea or not. But anyway, I want to discuss something, boys. The three of us are in a writing class, right?
What?
The three of us are in a writing class. You, Ryan, Ahri, and Ryan. Not Will.
Oh no, I forgot
Ryan
to sign
didn't sign up.
Oh, you weren't signed up? Oh, I thought you were in there. So Ahri and I are in a writing class. And this thing happened yesterday where they shared the screen to show us the syllabus.
Yeah.
And the teacher left up in one of his tabs, erotic clubhouse.
Erotic clubhouse.
And some kind of email. So the rest of the class, I was just trying to figure out what this erotic clubhouse was.
Yeah. Let's also I Googled it. There's a porno named Erotic Clubhouse. There's also, I think, something in LA called the Erotic Clubhouse, maybe some sort of club or lingerie type thing. But Casey is also not technically in the class. His girlfriend is in the class.
That's why I'm allowed to talk about it.
Oh, you're auditing your girlfriend's class.
Yes.
It's my wife, guys.
Wife.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That I said that. Well, that's really scary about screen sharing. Is like what else you have open.
Oh, I mean, I got 100 tabs open right now. Not good things. I got a new computer. I'm already infecting it with porn. Like one day in.
God, are you like trafficking illegal animals? What else are you doing on there?
What?
Just porn? Just porn?
I mean, there's porn. I got Final Draft open. A couple of photos I'm doctoring of myself. Yep. trying to shrink the jawline. Maybe.
I think you look great.
I'm back on Weight Watchers, so
Yep, the old WW, very nice.
Yeah, I feel good.
I hated. Weight Watchers is all right. It's weird what they like. A whole roast chicken is like 1 point, but a goddamn Dunkin' Donuts coffee is 400 points.
Well, Casey, you also didn't do it right. You would just like not eat a whole day and then just pick up a roast chicken and be like, "Well, I'm really hungry." And it's like, yeah, all you did was pick out a roast chicken at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, well, it's weird. Well, also, what if you want to have 8 or 9 beers?
I'm having a beer. 3
Hey, what
points,
kind?
baby. Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite. I'm a sponsor. I'm a sponsored guest.
I got a Ballast Point grapefruit sculp, and that's probably 600 points.
That's probably 900 points.
Yeah.
For a while though, we had a good Weight Watchers group text going. We were helping each other out, and then I think once you said I'm done, it really fell off. Nobody cared. You were the linchpin.
What'd you say, Ryan?
You were the linchpin. You were the leader of the group.
Yeah, well, I'm just kind of naturally thin, so I was just doing it to support everybody.
Right.
But
I got some pictures on my phone that would disprove that theory.
What are these?
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, I got nudes of all the boys. I got nudes of everyone.
Crazy. Last year around this time, Ahri broke out that pool party picture, and he put a nude in there that I never even knew that I sent. It's kind of creepy. I thought he hacked my phone.
Well, because like 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago at this point, we all did an abs challenge, and every week we'd send like scandalous torso shots to each other. And at first it started to be, who can have the better abs? And then it just became who can make the sexier photo with showing more and more skin. Yeah. And I believe there's a photo of Will circulating on somewhere where he's just got a Cleveland Cavaliers hat over his penis and nothing else. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, I got a new phone and I lost all of my pictures. So I don't know what I have anymore.
That's a fun.
That's actually the way that we need to see the abs when they're ready. Will is alongside just the Cleveland Cavaliers hat.
I still got the hat. I can make that happen for you right now.
Right now?
What?
Yeah,
look at that.
There's the abs, baby.
You look great.
That's ready.
Will, yeah, what are you talking about? Are you
Those are-
shaved? What's happening? Give us the down.
Look great. You look.
Oh, God.
Those are hot
Send
and
me a
ready.
couple of those stills. I'd love to show that to my wife. Show her what a real man looks like.
I think it's great. I've got more pictures of Will's butt in my phone than I do of any family member.
Why would you have photos of your family member's butt?
No, just of the family member.
Like of their face.
That's
I get
true.
it. Of their face. I follow now.
Yeah, only select. I've got my dad's butt in there, my grandpa's. Just it's about heritage, you know.
Yeah.
Casey, can I tell you something? I haven't told you this, but maybe this is the venue to say this. I don't know. So I was writing on this show before, everything exploded and my career ended. And I had my computer plugged into like a big screen in the writer's room.
Oh,
and
no.
you had sent me a shirtless photo of yourself, and whole writer's room caught
Really?
it. I mean, everybody. I mean, really. Everyone was very complimentary. I think your face was out of it, and I think it was only like me and one other person who knew who you were, but everybody was very into it.
That's great. Yeah, my body's not great right now. I can work out. I could be a fat slob for like months. I'll work out for like 2 days, baby. Snap right back into it.
Yeah, that's how I work. But then I can never get past the point of that.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I can't put it on.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
tough.
about me.
Life is hard. We're all doing our best. I ate a whole pint of ice cream with potato chips in it last night.
Ooh,
That's awesome.
What flavor of both?
No, it's a new flavor from Ben and Jerry's. It's called, I forget what it's called, but it's chocolate with potato chips in it. Anyway, I feel like this is getting boring, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I just miss you guys. This is fun hanging out.
I miss you
miss
too.
you.
I
Well, the
saw
last
Will
Zoom we
recently.
had,
What? Ari, you go.
I said the last Zoom that we had, you guys, this is like maybe the first week into the quarantine. You guys were just, heavily drinking, violating quarantine, and I was just in my bathtub for like an hour.
No, that's not true.
What?
It's not
It
true.
was like 3 days in. I don't know if they violated. They just started late.
We had we had Will and Pat over to, and it was wrong, and I apologize, and we probably extended this whole thing. But
I don't think so, man. I think there's plenty of other stuff going on with it.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
did nothing
spiking
wrong.
everywhere because people want to eat inside the restaurant. So I don't know that Will in your house is a big deal.
Well, Will and I went to a bunch of protests, and
that's where I saw Will.
Great. It's for a great cause. It felt good, but then I want to see my dad again someday. So I feel like I gotta stop going. It's quite a moral dilemma because I felt like we were doing good stuff, fighting for change, and but then my dad is alone in his house and going and staying on Facebook. So I need to go save him.
Yeah, it's so tough, right? Like Grace and I went to protests, and then I went to the other one with Will, and we needed to come out here to see her parents, and it wasn't a full 14 days in between. It was quite a few days, but it wasn't a full 14. So there's a little guilt there, and I'm worried that I'm spewing droplets.
We should be able to like an insulin test, just test ourselves every couple of minutes, so you really know in real time. Because I just feel like I'm tracking this thing all over the place.
It's hard. Will got tested, right? Will, what was the test like?
You go in and then they put this thing all the way down one nostril and they twist it around in there, and then they pull it out, and then they say your results are back in 2 or 3 days.
Well, I'd be afraid to do. I don't want them to comment on my nose.
Mhm.
I don't want them to be like, oh, well, this is going to be easy or something like that.
Jesus.
Or like, we got to get a straw or something, you know.
Oh, we gotta bring in the 3 extra doctors.
Get the big pixie stick.
Yeah. Ryan, have you seen that video of that big gray bird going around the internet?
No.
You haven't seen it? This thing's huge. I mean, it's like the size of the rock.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. And I can't get it to work. I've been trying to crop your face onto this bird for like 3 days, and I can't do it.
His masterpiece.
It's great.
But I think I'll get it. Maybe I might use a Fiverr, like some sort of task rabbit to do it, because it's an important thing that I think the world needs to see.
I think it is. Yeah. I want to tell a quick story before we kick you out of here, Ahri.
All right.
My doctor, I go to this Polish doctor, and I can only speak ill of the Poles because I am one, but they don't know what's going on over there. I swear to God, they don't know how to use computers. They made me come in to get a checkup for medicine I've been on for 13 years in the middle of a pandemic. I'm like, you probably just sent to me. They're like, no, you must come in. I go in there. I wait forever. The nurse is typing in. She's like, I see you had a hip replacement in 1989 when I was 3. She's like, are you sure? And I was like, no, I don't even think they do that. And she's like, okay. She's like, you're here for some kind of injection? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? So they make me wait in front with all these like old people. I could be spreading stuff. And then I go in there, the doc just like knocks on my back a little bit. He's like, all right, you're fine, head out. And I'm like, what the fuck was the point of all this?
He knocked on your back?
Yeah,
he's like, ding, 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 ding. And then he's like, he did the boop, boop, boop. And he's like, all right, head on out. The guy wears jeans. It doesn't.
I think he went to a chiropractor. I don't think he went to a regular doctor.
It's not a regular doctor. I'll tell you that. I don't like the whole deal. Anyway, Ahri, is there anything you want to plug? I'm sorry I talked too much, but
no, that's okay. This is great to see you guys. I don't know. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I'm releasing a half-hour special shortly, and it'll
YouTube special. It's gonna be great. We're all gonna tweet it.
And it'll be on my Instagram, so you can find it there.
They call me Ahri.
They call me Ahri. Yeah, I love you all.
Love you,
Good
buddy.
to see you, boys. Goodbye.
Bye. Well, yeah, man, Casey, that's bad news. But if you got a doctor with jeans, I have that joke about the dentist with jeans, and it's just really off-putting to see somebody in a medical field walking around in denim.
Yeah. Some slacks, dungarees, khakis even I'll take.
Yeah.
Jeans, no thanks. Not medical for me. Anyway, you boys having fun? I think we're really heating up here on the Big Weird. Huh, boys?
Yeah.
All right. Well, next up, we have one hell of a comic. You've seen her on everything. She's been all over the damn television, writing, telling jokes, doing the whole goddamn thing. She's one of the best. I love her so much. Put your hands together for Aparna Nancherla.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. I'm all right. I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like your headphones. You've got a very mid-aughts DJ thing going on.
They're Bose.
They're no expense, Aparna.
No expense. I got a ring light. I'm really trying to pivot online.
That's great. Have you had any strange medical occurrences lately? This is what we've been discussing.
I've been trying to make like virtual doctor's appointments, and I have not even made them yet. So I haven't even tried.
What do you do on the first doctor's appointment? Do you just show him stuff on your body and ask, or like?
I think so. I think you just ask them questions, and then they try to advise you, and maybe you just point to parts of your body. How about, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because I don't know how it works for like blood tests, and like if they gotta feel something, like I don't know, a rash or a lump.
Or a lump? Yeah, I feel like most of doctoring is it's a touch based business.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they like ask you to push on it, and they go, huh?
What do you? Yeah.
What do
they're
you
like,
think?
What do you think?
How's it? Is it like squishy? And then you're like, I don't know. What counts as squishy? It's not bad
And
news.
they-
Oh yeah, huge bug.
Yeah, they make you pee in a cup, and they're like, "What do you think it looks like?"
Yeah, you hold it up to the camera and you swirl
What
it.
do you think it looks like?
Describe the smell.
It's very pea like. What else you been getting into lately? What's this phase of quarantine looking like for you?
Well, I feel like the major development. I live with my boyfriend, so it's been mainly us cohabitating together. But he did get a bidet.
Oh,
Hey!
welcome to the party.
Are you guys in the club?
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
I am not in the club.
Washlet, is it the one that you put on top of the toilet? Or
Yes.
Is it okay.
Yes. Yes.
And
How's-
is it? Yes.
It's pretty good. Whenever I use it, I feel like it hits the wrong part.
Yeah. Sometimes it shifts and doesn't line up.
Yeah. Which makes me feel inadequate. It feels like my body's wrong.
No, Aparna, it's the bidet is wrong. You're right.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is this your first bidet in life? Is this your first time?
Yeah, it's the first one I've ever owned or leased. I don't know. You don't lease a bidet. It's the first one.
It's a 2008, like Ryan's car.
Yeah, 2008. It's been around the block a few times. It's got
Wow.
You changer, some GPS on.
a changer.
It's hard to line up. Sometimes it'll like be a little off. Sometimes just the other day it hit me and like got into my soul. Like
Whoa.
I could taste. I don't know what happened, but
What's
I
the
could
moment
taste it.
like right before you hit the switch? Aren't you just like, are you like really scared?
No.
A little bit. It feels like that eye test where you get the little puff of air. It feels
Oh,
like
yeah,
you're a little bit
glaucoma.
scared how you're going to react. Yeah, glaucoma.
Yeah, that is like, yeah, that's like. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ryan. I'm sorry. I had nothing to say.
No, I was just saying that I think I'd be
Graham.
scared. I think I'd be nervous to hit the button. And where's it going to shoot me? And is it going to be cold?
It's not cold.
It's gonna be
Mine's cold. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
cold.
I'd say mine's room temp.
That's nice.
You might have gotten a nicer one than you do.
I don't know. I don't even know if you can adjust the temperature on the water. It seems like something you should be able to adjust.
I went to a Japanese restaurant in Williamsburg off the Lormer stop that had a Japanese toilet.
Wait, I've been to that restaurant.
The food is delicious, but the bathroom is a vibe, man. The bathroom is the most peaceful bathroom in New York City.
You're really going for the bathroom.
They've got like a little incense burning in the corner. The
Yes.
toilet plays music.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And then adjust the heat of the water hitting your butt. You can adjust the intensity. It has like
Yeah.
a rhythm to it. I spent like 25 minutes in there.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Isn't the seat heated? I think the seat is heated too.
Yeah. It was
Do
the
you have
best.
to know Japanese to operate it?
No, you feel it
I think
out.
so.
You feel it out. The seat heat's nice. We were talking about seat heaters earlier. My favorite prank in the summer to play on my wife is we're just rolling around. You know, it's like 90 degrees. It's baking. I turn over there. I crank her little heated seat on. Takes about 10 minutes, and then she gets fucking furious. I've been doing this for years, and she's never once thought it was funny.
That's
And
great.
Can't stop.
It takes her a second to realize it though.
Well, because she always thinks like, "What's wrong? Why is it so hot?" And then she
Oh,
starts thinking
man.
like, "Am I sick?" She starts going through this whole thing in her mind. But then I'm like, "Nope, got your ass." And then it's just a very silent car ride. But I love the prank.
I love a heated seat.
Yeah, me too. No,
Even if like someone was sitting in a seat and then I sit in it, even though it's kind of gross, I like the warmth that they left behind.
human connection. That's
That feels
nice.
like a post secret, like something you'd write to post secret.
Oh, you're right. That's something I should have saved for an anonymous form.
Post secret was great. That was quite a moment. Were you into Post Secret, Aparna?
I only remembered it when Ryan said it. I don't think I've ever used it to say anything.
No, it was I missed the big peak was I feel like in 2008-9 maybe, and I kind of missed it too. Back when my car
was big for me when I was my high school girlfriend was super into it, and I got her this present where they made a book of them, and then I made my own secret postcards about her, and I put them in between.
Whoa, that's so thoughtful.
I don't think I've ever topped a present, and now I just got my wife a gift card to Chili's.
You give her the phone number of that girl and be like, just tell him how good that one thing I got you was.
Yeah, I peaked early with the gifts. Now, Aparna, is this a new relationship? So this is probably the most time you guys have spent together?
Yeah, it's not super new. I would say let's see, this summer we'll hit 4 years.
Oh,
so
never
mind.
mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's that.
I know. I have a friend who like she just started dating someone before quarantine, and now they're like close as ever. But it's like quarantine brought them together in a more intense way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. One of our friends got a girlfriend during quarantine, and now we haven't seen him since.
Like he met her online.
You met her online. They went on one
Oh.
date, and we haven't seen him since. That was like 2 months ago.
Is he okay?
Wow.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
I was
Did you guys-
thinking, is this a good time or a bad time for people who like to catfish other people? I can't decide.
I think it's a bad time for catfishers because
Yeah.
I think a catfisher relies on there being a lot of activity.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be really mad if you get catfished during quarantine. Like if you're excited for a date, the blowback gotta
The
be huge.
blowback's gonna be bad.
And the FaceTime element has
Yeah.
that's no longer what? You want to see my face? It's like this is how we talk now.
Yeah.
Right.
We have a friend and fellow comic, Caitlin Reese, is doing a funny bit where she's catfishing cops online, doing her part against resistance. I don't know. Well, she's a lesbian woman, so she gets them just trapped in a conversation, and then she's telling
That makes
them
me sad.
how they need to defund the police and all this stuff, and starts kind of tearing them apart. I like it
until they start going to take out their anger about not finding love on some poor civilian.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like how is she finding the cops?
I should have had more information.
I think it's copsmeetbagel.com.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Cop meat donut.
Cop meat donut. Yeah.
God damn.
That was much better.
Aparna, you're punching up.
Great punch.
I only punch up.
Is there any projects you're working on in quarantine? Are you staying busy?
Well, I'm doing the weekly show thing too. That's my main Zoom intake for the week.
Butterboy.
And then Butterboy. And then I'm writing a book. So that's oddly actually a very, very appropriate quarantine activity.
Can you tell us about this book?
It's a book of personal essays, and the theme is imposter syndrome.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
what is imposter syndrome?
It's like when you feel like a fraud, and like any success that you have, you think it's a fluke.
So like most people in comedy, like
Yeah.
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 I felt that hard. I read this long thread about it the other day where people were talking about what if imposter syndrome is convincing people who are just bad at something that they should keep doing it. What do you think about that?
Oh.
Like
Wait,
It just sounds like somebody
is that the
with it.
opposite?
So it's like they think they have imposter syndrome because they don't think they're good, but in reality they're just not good. I don't know.
No.
What do you think about that?
I don't know if
I think that's just called tough titties.
Well, you're clearly very good at comedy, and you've had great success.
But-
So how does this manifest with you?
Well, that's the thing about it. It like defies logic. Like even if you have like stuff to prove, like you're like, oh, but why would they have let me write for this show if I'm bad? But your brain twists it. It's like, oh, they feel sorry for me, or like, oh, they like needed a person of color in the room, or like whatever it is. Your brain twists it so that you don't get to take credit for it.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
What?
probably one of the reasons why you're the best, though, if you have that feeling. Because whenever I think about best joke writers, most consistent stage presence, funniest, I always think about you. And
Come
it's because
on.
you think you're right. I'm not fucking lying to you. I wouldn't blow smoke up your ass, Aparna. If somebody told me I want somebody to have a hilarious, great set, you would be on a short list of 5 people, because I know that you would come in and do your thing and kill. I've never seen you bomb. Everybody bomb. Not you.
That is a bold lie.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie. As someone who's not on that, I'm not on that 5.
Everybody.
No, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like one thing about stand-up though is like you really got to get okay with bombing, because I definitely have done my share of bombing.
Yeah, you have to. That's what I realized. There's something of a debate about alt versus club comedy, and what I thought about it, wrote a little tweet about it. Sure, was like literally the only difference for me is like what I attribute my bombing in that room to.
Oh,
you know
right.
I mean? Like if I'm in an alt room and I bomb, I'm like, oh, I wasn't weird enough for them.
Right.
I wasn't. And then if I'm a club and bomb, I'm like, oh, I'm too weird for them.
Yeah, I know.
So that's me. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, do you ever blame? Do you blame them, or do you take it? You're like, I should have done this different joke, or
Like,
are you like it's their fault?
Like if I'm in an alt space, I'm like, I should have told weirder jokes. Or,
right.
If I'm in a club space, I'm like, why the hell? They have no idea what I'm talking about. This is, this 85-year-old from Tulsa doesn't fucking know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so, I feel like the longer I've done comedy, the less, like I used to be like, let me change my set to be like better for this room. And then I feel like I just got tired and I was like, I think I'm just going to do this set and they're going to be here too. And that's okay.
I think that's beautiful. And you've got a really unique style. So, I feel like there's not much changing. Aparna uncut coming in.
Uncut.
Yeah, I think that's confidence manifesting.
Oh,
maybe you think it's being tired.
You guys are like, really hyping me up. This is nice.
Yeah, this is what we do.
You're gonna stop writing your book after this.
It's also really weird to try to write a book about imposter syndrome because you keep being like, "Who am I to write a book?"
That's right. Is there any time this book should be expected, or just working on that?
Well, it's due at the end of the year, and then I think it takes like a couple, like 8 or 9 months to produce it. So I guess next year.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, it was lovely to talk with you.
It's so nice to see you guys.
Thanks for coming. And we miss you.
Miss you. See you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
What a sweet angel.
That was great.
Very, very encouraging when you get to see people that you really like the way they do it and they feel like they're a complete fraud. It kind of opens up all the lanes on the comedy highway now.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we have a comedy communities, because we all struggle with I feel like similar shortcomings in at least there's like a reason people do this.
Yeah. And I like that. I mean, as emotionally damaging as it might be to yourself, I would much prefer a successful person with imposter syndrome than someone who fully believes they deserve everything they get all the time. Because that's just a monster. And,
what can we bring out our next guest, boys?
Yeah.
I'm excited. Why don't you introduce her, Will?
She's a good friend of ours. You've seen her all over the place. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Kara Klenk, everybody! Woo!
What's up, guys?
What up?
What's
How are
up?
you?
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Great. You have a beautiful white light surrounding you.
I know I'm in heaven. I died from COVID last
Yo!
week, but I wanted to keep the booking, so here I am.
And you brought your coats with you?
My coats, one single flat screen.
Wow.
I take the
sick.
essentials with me.
Wow, this is beautiful. It's
So you're
great.
definitely to heaven, right? Like that. This is the afterlife.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of coats. Well, I'm in LA, so it's 4:45 here. Still pretty bright.
Got big dinner plans?
No. It's quarantine, so no big dinner plans. We're probably gonna order food though today, because I'm sick of cooking.
What have you been cooking? Are you a big cooker?
I'm a Blue Apron person. I'm like an early adopter of Blue Apron. I've been doing it for literally not 10, like 8 years. Like I've been doing Blue Apron since it like came out. Like, cause I met one of the guys who started Blue Apron at a dinner party, and he's like, "I'm starting this company. Let me give you a free box." And I was like, "Great." I never cook, and now I cook from that. I just do that.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
I have a code. If
Advanced
anyone wants to hit me
level
up,
Blue
I've got free boxes. Hit me up.
I want the code. I want it because I just went to the grocery store before this. I brought back about 150 pounds of food, and none of it seems useful at all. I got fruit snacks and spaghetti sauce.
Hell yeah.
And it costs $250. I think the Blue Apron. What's your favorite thing to cook with Blue Apron?
I mean, I do the vegetarian stuff because I'm a vegetarian. And so they'll send 3 things every week. And I usually like whatever the pasta is because it's always the fastest thing to cook. So that's what but I also will once in a while get a fish because I'm a pescatarian.
Yeah.
Which I don't like love cooking fish just because I always felt like it would be stinky, but they send these like nice white fish that just like cook really nice and they don't serve us in your house.
Hell yeah.
I feel like I was gonna. I got tested for COVID today.
Yeah.
But I did not get the brain touching one.
Yeah,
What
do
did
they
you
do
get?
now?
So in LA, you go to Dodger Stadium in your car, they hand you this little package through your window, and it's a little swab, and they ask you to like deep cough 3 to 5 times. Like you have to be like, and then they want you to they want whatever comes up, they want you to swirl it around in your mouth. This is so disgusting.
Wait, so
Yeah.
they want you to hawk food and get it up
Kind
there.
of like they're not like hawk it up, but they're just like take whatever phlegm like it comes up, like swirl it around in your mouth, and then do both cheeks, both gums, top of your tongue, underneath your tongue, roof of your mouth, like really swirl it around, and then you put it in this little test tube, and then we dropped it in a thing.
I'd almost rather them touch my brain.
I know, it was a lot. It was like me and Jared in the car being like yeah.
Now, were you doing it because it was available or because you think that you might have been exposed?
No. I was doing it just because it's available and it's free, and everybody in LA is like, just go get tested. Like, so I was doing it sort of for the public health of it all, like making sure they have numbers and they can do contact tracing and blah, blah, blah. I took an antibodies test I took an antibodies test 2 weeks ago thinking I might just be a superhero. I might just be like, I don't have it. And we both don't have the antibodies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's cool. You get to drive around Dodger Stadium. That's pretty fun. Everyone does that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Fun treat.
Yeah. It was kind of like, it was sort of actually kind of sad and like dystopian because it was like, it reminded me of like when you're watching like Handmaid's Tale and it's like this dystopian world or whatever. And so you're seeing all these places that used to exist and like a Starbucks, and now it's just like now it's just like a shitty, so it was like, oh, I should be coming here to like get drunk and watch a baseball game, but instead I'm coming to like hawk phlegm into a tube. It's just like not as cool, but
Well,
I loved hearing about your bidets, guys.
Oh my God. Have you gotten on the bidet train?
No, I haven't gotten on the bidet train. I lived in Italy for a little bit right after college, and we had a bidet in our apartment, and none of us really like knew how to use it. So we just used it to like wash like our feet. Like we just like would wash random things in it. Like we just never, it was like a separate thing, obviously, it was like Euro style. But I have a lot of friends that have them in the States and they are into them. I just, I thought about it when the toilet paper shortage was happening at the beginning of the pandemic. I was like, we're going to have to be washing our butts.
To have a natural curiosity, but something's holding you back from pulling the trigger on this bidet.
I know. You know what? You know what it is? I think you know what it is? I don't trust my husband. Already there's water all over the floor in our bathroom all the fucking time. I don't know if I trust him to add another water apparatus that is then going to squirt past his butt and possibly into our shared space. So we'll see.
There will be some drippage, but I think it works great. I use the bidet plus a lot of toilet paper. I got called out. My wife's niece, I believe she's 5 years old, was talking to her grandmother, and she's for some reason revealing all these secrets about me because she's like, "Yeah, Casey sleeps until 1 o'clock sometimes," and the grandma's like, "Well, that's too old," and she goes, "Yeah, and he uses too much toilet paper," and the grandma's like, "Well." She goes, "Now you're just being nasty," and so now the whole family's talking about how I wipe my ass too much, and. Real issue, but I like to be clean, Kara.
Hey, congratulations on getting married, Casey. I don't think I've seen you since you got married.
Oh, thank you. It's lovely. We've been quarantined a lot. I did a dog sit for about a week, so I think I gave her a week just to get away from me, just like lurching around the house in a depressed fog for most of the time. So it made us reconnect in a beautiful way, and now we're deeply in love once again.
I think it's good to have time apart.
The beard and going back to the mustache that you're back to being deeply in love.
Well, honestly, I came home and immediately the first thing I did was shave into the mustache because when I have the mustache, there's hearts in her eyes, like boom, 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 boom. It's insane. With the beard, oh my god, she would spit on me. How do you feel quarantining with your beautiful husband?
Oh, my beautiful husband and I. Well, we're doing fine. We're quarantined with a 14-month-old daughter.
Oh yes, daughter. I haven't talked to you since then. Congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. And I think maybe last time I did your show, I was pregnant in New York.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's good. She doesn't know what the hell is going on. I feel very thankful to have a child that is like the age where they don't know what's happening, and I also don't have to put her through any school, all the people that are like, I'm on Zoom with my kids like kindergarten. I'm like, what is the point of that? Like,
that's stupid.
I'm just glad I don't have to do any of that shit. So yeah, she'll never remember this, and that's probably for the best.
Yeah,
it's cool though. We're spending a lot of time with her, and she's walking now. Like a lot of milestones have happened in the quarantine.
And this is great. We have all this time to be there with her. So yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, so it's good.
I met a baby outside of a pizza shop the other day.
Yeah,
and the dad was like walking. It was like a kid that just learned to walk, probably similar to your. I don't know when they start doing stuff, but. This little kid was walking and like kind of like just learned, and the dad said to us, which was like crazy he was like, I just want him to see the outdoors, because it's like, yeah, this kid has not been out, they don't just, take the baby to walk down the street during the pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, I used to take her to a playground like almost every day, and like she would sort of see all these other kids and kind of like, and now she hasn't seen many other kids in like 3 months. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, but we're making it work. We're doing okay. We do feel lucky, like that we're in LA where the weather is good. We've got a little backyard, like we have some outdoor space. So it's been pretty good.
Does your daughter talk? I don't know when
she doesn't really talk. She just says like bah, like to say goodbye to you, and she'll say hi sometimes, and she says yeah a lot, and no. She says so we can communicate with her. We're like, do you want this? No, yes, but not too much. She's recently started pointing out her ears and nose and mouth and belly button.
That's cool.
Will too. It's been a big.
Yeah.
He just found his belly button last week.
It's huge. It's a huge moment. Congrats.
It was a huge deal. Are you and your husband working on stuff? Are you getting time to yourselves?
Yeah, we are. Like, well, he was working for the beginning of the quarantine on a writing job for Disney, and then that ended. And now I am currently working on the show Bar Rescue. I'm writing something for them.
Really?
Yeah, and then, but that's just for like a few weeks, and then we'll see. But I haven't been working up until this started this week, so I haven't really been working.
All right.
Besides that.
You need money?
Yeah, we got that. We got to have that money.
All right. I'll send some money.
Yeah, please.
Why are you wandering around the graveyard?
I'm getting chased by a wasp.
Oh,
And,
no.
I've been trying to be cool about it. I've been trying to be cool about it and keep it to myself. But every time I get close to this one area, like where I was sitting, I get a buzz around my ear and I got to run.
I've been trying to ignore it, but you've been wandering around this entire time.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I mean, next week I'll be back at my house. It's just that a wasp keeps chasing me.
I'm very sorry, but
I'm gonna try this bench.
Let's see, Kara. Any hobbies you picked up? Television shows. What else you doing? Tell us about it.
Oh my God, every day is exactly the goddamn same. What am I doing? I mean, I'm watching. It's hard with a kid because like we don't really watch that much TV around her, so I have to just watch when she goes to bed, and like so I'm getting through Dead to Me on Netflix, and I love that show. And I wrote on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh my God, my wife is obsessed.
Oh my God, really?
Drag Race.
Yeah, so I'm watching those seasons that I wrote on that are just coming out now.
Holy
Sarah,
shit.
that's so cool.
My wife needs to talk to you. We have we have 2 rooms. Mine is the wrestling room. Hers is the Drag Race room, which they're honestly very similar in a lot of ways.
No, I there's a lot of, I think there's like a lot of crossover in fans. Like it's like pageantry and like, but it's it's great. It's the best show. I love the show. So I want everyone.
So you got to write like all the cool puns.
Well, I mean, not all of them, but so I got to contribute.
Those. I love those.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was a cool experience. And so yeah, I'm watching that because All Stars 5 that I worked on it started airing last Friday. So second episode's on tonight. And
Fantastic.
Oh, I started gardening like a real fucking white lady. We moved into this house that has like 3 garden boxes in the back and on the side of the house, and I just planted them, and I already have like 3 big ass cucumbers, and tomatoes are coming in.
That's
lettuce.
incredible.
It's all happening.
I've never seen anyone dance with lettuce.
Gem lettuce, baby.
Woo, I want to ask you more. Who's your favorite drag race all-star drag queen that you've met? Do you meet these people?
Well, yeah, I meet them. I mean, I met all the, like this season 12 just aired, and that was like really a great season. They had a lot of adversity to overcome. They had to do the reunion and the finale on Zoom, which is shitty.
Mm-hmm.
But I really loved like Crystal Method on that season and Gigi Good and Jada. Like I love all the girls that ended up doing really well. I loved all of them really, but and then on All Stars, I really like Mariah, Paris, Balenciaga, Jujubee. And then my all-time faves, I love Alaska, I love Jinx.
I love Alaska.
Bianca.
That
Ben de la Creme. I mean, there's few queens that I mean, there's some you just kind of forget about, but there's none that I really like I guess there's like villains sometimes, but that's the other thing too. Like that's similar to wrestling. Like sometimes there's a heel and like there's like a villainous queen that's like starting up shit the whole time.
Right. My favorite thing in Drag Race is when someone will say something that will seem like vaguely shady, but kind of innocuous, and then they'll make the wow noise and they'll cut to someone's face.
Yeah.
Like that person was like, they could have been reacting, or they could have just been like staring off at a wall thinking about something, and you don't really
yeah, editing tricks for sure up the wazoo. But yeah.
Well, Karen, thank you so much for joining us.
Guys, thank you so much. It was nice to talk to you all. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves as much as possible, and I hope to be back in New York and see all your faces in person soon.
We can't wait.
Karen, good luck to you and your family.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
All right.
That was fun. How are we doing, Ryan? How do you feel?
We're good. We're good. I got the wasp away from me, and I feel pretty good. And I'm really excited to bring on our next performer. This is actually a member of the Buffalo Police Department. Please welcome Matt Wayne.
How dare you?
Hey, look at him.
Buonasera.
Matt, why did you push that old man?
Well, as you saw, he was a real problem and had to be dealt with.
Oh my God, no, guys, this is no.
No, I mean, I'm fucking horrified. I mean, it sucks altogether, everything. But then Buffalo, and now it's I every time I'm on a show, there are not a lot of them. People are like, Buffalo, this guy hates old men. I don't hate old men.
Oh wait, so I'm just doing. It's not fun what I'm doing.
I don't.
You're being a real prick.
Yeah, I don't feel fun about it. I hope the wasp.
I hope that wasp gets you. I was gonna come on here and be like, I'm afraid of wasps, Ryan. I hope you're fine. But now I'm like, man, I hope that thing gets in your hole.
Well, look, man, I'm trying to razz you because I think that we all are on the side of, we need police reform and justice in this country. So,
100p.
You're right. I'm sorry for coming for
that's an industry term for percent. 100p. I always talk like that when I go home to Buffalo, and my whole family's like, check out Hollywood over here.
Hollywood Wayne.
I'm like, hey Ma, when's dinner? 5p? 6p? What are we doing? Everything's a P. Everything's a P.
6%.
6%.
Percent. PM. 6% dinner.
Only having 6%. You get one Florida broccoli tonight.
Well, thank you for having me. Grazie mille. It's great to be here.
Grazie mille to you. We miss you so much, but it's great to see
I
you.
a lot of Italian terms today. Have you become more Italian in quarantine?
Yeah. I'm I'm on a Duolingo streak. I got 81 straight days.
Wow.
Of Italian. I can't speak it, but I can say, my mother's not an insect. Those are the kind of sentences they give you. It's like,
yeah.
I'm not an insect. My mother's not an insect. I don't know what's happening over there with insects.
Will you tell us how to say my mother's not an insect in Italian?
Sure. Mia madre non è insetto.
Yeah, it's great.
I feel like you could just made that up and I would have
No,
believed.
you look it up. Okay.
I believe you. I trust you.
No, I mean
that's day 81 on Duolingo.
The problem with the streak, though, on Duolingo is once you get the streak going, you're more interested in the streak than learning. So, like, you do one lesson, you're like, all right, 81 days in a row, I did it. You put it away, you don't actually learn.
Yeah, sure.
God damn.
I love the look you got going. You got the goatee. You look like a real mid-card 90s WCW wrestler right now.
Thanks, man. I don't know what happened to my face, but a year ago, I could have a beard. And now it won't grow here. I mean, on the top of my head, it's fine. As you can see, I got locks for days. But here, and not so much. Yeah, can't get it going here. So I tried to do like a Billy the Kid kind of deal. But now it's all coming together.
You kind of look like if you smashed Casey, Will, and myself all together.
Yeah, exactly. Like a very cartoonish. You guys lay out, and then it stomps, and then I get up.
Yeah. And I mean,
whoa.
In all honesty, I think that's a pretty good mix. If we smash all our faces together, you're like the optimum ideal. You're the attractive ideal.
Ideal man.
It feels great to be you guys.
Yeah, sure does, brother. Enjoy the ride, Daddy.
I can't wait. I got to get a divorce first.
No, boy.
Just so I can, do all right.
How's it going? How's it going with the wife in quarantine? Y'all still in love?
Oh, it's going great. We're great, man. We were in Brooklyn for most of it, and then we came up to the mountains to help my mother. My mother-in-law has a house in the mountains.
Scroon Lake.
What's that? Scroon Lake. Yeah. So we came up here. You got to come up, mow the lawn, put the screens in, that kind of thing, and happy to do it. It's
awesome. It's a beautiful area. That's where my mother lives as well in that area. And
yeah, the Adirondacks are nice. And then my mother-in-law, we were with her for like over 2 weeks, but then she got out of here. Maron. We're sitting pretty now.
No, God, was she giving you a guff?
No, she's a sweet lady. I love her, but you live as I'm 38 years old. I'm an old man. I'm a grown man with a wife. When you get used to living with your wife every day in your apartment, and then you go to live with a boomer for 2 weeks, you're just like, oh my God, please, I know the coffee's on. I made coffee, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And it's not her. It's my dad does the same thing. Like, you know, the coffee's on. And you're like, yep, it's hot, stays hot. And I might have a new bit here. I didn't think I was going to do any bits, but
It's a great
Coffee's
bit.
time in the mountains.
Yeah.
Coffee's on a bit.
We saw Courtney's parents briefly, and they're beautiful people, lovely people. We're staying in the Chesapeake Bay, but like her dad was like trying to teach me about the water, and he's showing me like a big map, and he's like, "See here, this is the biggest inlet in the. You go around here," and he's saying, "I'm like, I'm not gonna remember any of this. I'm like trying so hard to like grab.
You just want to start running in one direction.
One word. I'm like, I've got no fucking idea. I know what an inlet is." He said it's the longest something and somewhere. I was fucking losing. I was like, I needed to go hide in the bathroom. So
also, my mother-in-law's ringtone, you know, boomers like to crank it up on their phone for when it rings. And she had wind chimes. So it's like digital wind chimes. Just going off. And I hate regular wind chimes. Now you're giving me iPhone wind chimes. It's too many chimes.
Yeah.
Too many chimes.
I was thinking about this because Lady Antebellum just changed her name to Lady A.
Yeah, that's lame. They're like, we don't. This is associated with slavery. And then Lady A is like more of a like, you get it. You
know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well,
you guys, it reminds me of that street joke. You know that street joke?
No.
I'll tell a street joke. Okay.
Joke.
This guy owns a pet shop. Okay. In order to get customers to come in, he puts a talking parrot in front of the store. Like, people will say, oh, there's a talking parrot. There's quite a mouth on this parrot, though. So this lady walks by, and the parrot goes, bah! Hey, lady, you're fucking ugly, you know? And she goes inside, and she says to the pet store, she goes, you can't have this guy out here saying that kind of stuff. It's rude. And he goes, I'll talk to the parrot. So the next day, she walks by the parrot, and the parrot goes, bah! Hey, lady, you know. That's what Lady A is with Lady Antebellum. It's not a radical change whatsoever.
That's true. That's very funny. That was a great street joke.
It's my favorite street joke. And you know, you get, as a comedian, you get put in that position a lot where people like tell us a joke and you're like, I won't tell you one of my jokes because I don't want to bomb, but I'll tell you a street joke. And then I've told that one though before, and people are like, it's not feeling it.
Well, most street jokes are horrifically offensive, so you can't really tell them.
That's why I like it. It's a rude parrot. That's as crazy as it gets.
Parrot. It's not going to hurt anyone's feelings.
No.
My stepmom's ringtone used to be that it's 1:15. I'm a little, you know.
What song is that?
That's Lady Antebellum.
Shit, we're going back to Lady A. Don't say the old name anymore.
I'm Lady A. I'm sorry, because I was just thinking.
Lady Antebellum is the Confederate flag of that band. You can't hold on to it. You got to let it go.
The Confederate what did you say?
I said flag. Little flub. I got this Meritage red wine here. I think it's doing a trick.
Oh my God. Well, she would have this fucking shitty song on full blast, and she would never answer the phone, but her sisters were just insane. They would call at 5 a.m. and they wouldn't stop calling until she picked up. For fucking an hour straight. It's 1:15.
Well, this one, it goes off that loud for just a text. So when just a text comes in, it's like so those come in a lot more than phone calls.
I get so angry at people who have any sound for a text message. It's
Why?
the rudest thing. Just stop. It's a ding. That ding is the worst sound. Like, I got nothing else to say. It just infuriates me.
No, but you're right. It cuts. It cuts through everything. You're watching something, and even a faint like bing, you're like, who did it? Who did it? Who is the motherfucker who's dinging? I want to know.
It's the worst sound.
I was sitting next to this lady on the bus, and she was playing a game. I was just like, beep, boop, beep. It was annoying everybody. I wasn't going to say anything because I'm a coward. The people behind me tapped on my shoulder. They go, excuse me, ma'am, can you turn that down? And then she goes, well, then I'm not going to be able to hear it.
Oh my God.
It had nothing to do with the game. The sounds didn't affect the outcome of the game at all.
This is why we have a pandemic. It's because of that.
Anyway, what's going on? What else is going on with you, Matt? You got any hobbies?
Well, you know, I've been watching Family Matters from the beginning.
Oh wow!
It's on Hulu.
Why would you do that?
And it's a great show. I love that show. I love the Winslows. I'm a Winslow fan. They're a great family. And what happened was I saw a friend that kept posting in his story clips, and I was like, man, I got to go back and take this ride. And man, it's been fun. My wife is a little sick of it. The song is very catchy. I'm always like, days go by. Different, you know?
I think they had like one guy I think did like 3 TV show themes, and he was like the voice for like that whole block.
Yeah, he did that, Full House, and Step by
Step, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Step by step, day by day.
Even on in different kind of ways.
It's great.
We know the problem.
But yeah, I'm watching Family Matters, watching The Wire. I never saw The Wire, and doing a lot of push-ups. I tell myself that I'm gonna write something, because everyone's like, "This is the time. This is the time." If I could just do an Aaron Paul here, this is the time.
Yeah, this
is the time.
I've not I can't write anything. I can't. It's like, if I don't know how much time I would need to be able to.
Yeah,
something,
I'm bad at it. I'm very bad at it.
Well, don't you feel it's like the push and pull of everyday life is kind of what gets the creative juices flowing? Gets stuff just like sitting around. What the fuck?
It's a little tough, man. It's a little tough, and it's also a scary time in the world. So it's like, you know, it's not fun. There's nothing fun to remark on.
Yeah.
No, it's true. I'm doing a show tomorrow night where I have to actually do like my jokes.
Oh yeah.
And I just like feel like just even this is nice. We're buddies. We know each other. I love all you guys. But like doing jokes, I haven't had to do that yet. Have any of you have been on shows where you have to do jokes?
Yeah.
No.
How does it go?
You know, honestly, I had a couple. I think I did like 3 or 4 maybe, and the first couple were like really actually pretty fun, and it was refreshing. And then after that, it was kind of like the same dread that you'd feel when you had a gig that you knew that you just didn't really want to do at like a ice cream shop or some goofy shit like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think if you get excited, also if you have no expectations of having a good time, you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I actually am pretty excited about it, because I thought about it and I'm like, well, no one sees what's on either side. You can put your set list here. You can kind of pick and choose what jokes you want to do. And
yeah,
very low stakes, you know, because but then you are just staring at yourself while you do comedy too. And that freaks me.
Yeah.
Are you doing old bits or do new bits? What's your plan?
I don't know. I have some new bits, but they're not, you know, they're not like topical. I have no bits about what's happening in the world. That's the other thing too. It's hard to like, things are so horrible right now and upsetting. So
Yeah.
It's hard to be like, hey, you know, when I was younger, my parents, and then you go on. I don't know. It seems, but like that's what people want you to do. So you should just do it and not think about it, I guess.
Yeah. You have one new bit that you're excited about? You wanna try out on us here?
It's not even a bit. It's not fully formed. But
coffee's on.
It's a coffee, but see, that's the beginning of it. That is the beginning of it, though, because I don't know how your parents were. My parents are very spazzy. They're very spazzy people. They think all of the appliances are going to kill them. And but on top of that, they're just like constantly want everything to be just fine. So, but there was this thing they would always do when I was a child, my sisters and I, in the summertime, you know, they'd open all the windows. We never had air conditioning, open the windows. And then one of us would shout or something. You're being loud, you're a kid. And my parents would just in unison both go, the windows are open. So if someone's walking by the house, they're just like, these people want us to know the windows are open. Come on in. I don't know. If that's a bit.
That's a good bit.
I'm in. You'll be happy to know this, Casey. Tomorrow I'm hosting a show Eastville Comedy, and guess who the headliner is?
Oh, who is it?
Jake the Snake Roberts.
What? Really? I thought you were gonna say Patrick Schroeder. I was like, there's no way he's the headline.
Patrick.
Jake the Snake is the headline. I'm gonna tune into this. What time?
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Have you performed with him before? Because I know he does comedy a lot, and it's
No. I've never met him, and I don't even think there'll be little interaction. I think I'm just gonna announce him after, there'll be some other comics on the show, I think, too. But yeah,
this is probably the best way to interact with him because he can't grab you.
Yeah. No DDT, no snake.
I met him once. I was at an independent wrestling show, and he was doing autographs for $20, and I was like, I'm not gonna spend $20. I don't want an autograph. But I just looked in the room that it was him, and it was just him at a table alone, and he just locked eyes with me, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, that's it. You gotta spend that 20.
Raw just like brought me in. I was like, I gotta go in, and like he didn't seem to want to talk to me or anyone really, but he's such a fucking charismatic, like darkly charismatic and captivating man. Everything he says, I'm like locked into. It's like so. It's like scary but exciting.
Yeah, like when he was younger in his career, he had a good voice, very like psychology and all that. But now it seems like he like can't really talk or something. Like you see him on AEW and he's like, so
yeah.
But it's even mad as he ages, his voice gets scarier and older too.
Yeah. Well, you're promoting the hell out of the show tomorrow.
Yeah. Everybody. Will, what's up, Will? You're being so quiet.
Yeah, Will, what's
I'm just listening to the boys.
It's so good to see all you guys.
Great to see you too.
Are you
How am I?
Will's break.
Have you kept up your this entire time?
We lost Will.
Wait, let me ask this. How am I in a graveyard for most of this, and Will has worse Wi-Fi?
I don't know.
He really got sucked in.
Incredible.
Well,
I don't even know what he asked.
Hey, can I just show you guys my dog?
Yeah.
I love dogs. Let's do it.
Look at this, the way that she stands outside of the door, like like she's my mom and I'm in trouble in high school or something.
Oh, Lily.
She was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, she's behind the door.
She's the door.
For a minute, I'm like, where's this fucking dog? Okay.
Where is she?
What's the name of your dog?
It's Lily.
Lily. Oh, that's great.
So, all right, Matt. It was great to see you, man. I really appreciate you coming and talking to us, and I hope that tomorrow will be a big success.
Yeah, I hope so too. It'll be the first time I've told actual jokes since March. So
I think it's gonna be fun and it's gonna be a good time. And especially if they have the audience, you can hear them laughing. They're usually pretty gracious. And you're funny as hell, and people are gonna love it. Is there anything else you want to plug while you're still here?
Oh, thanks, man. Every Monday I do a show with Patrick Schroeder, Wilfred Padua, TJ, Tanel Jokin, whatever you want. He goes by TJ, Haitian TJ, you know him. And then Dan Foote, one of the bouncers at Eastville. We do a show every Monday where it's like this. We just kind of like riff and hang out and talk. So that's every Monday. Check out eastvilleComedy.com for that as well.
All right. Well, super
great.
Fun.
Thank you, Matt Wayne, everybody.
I love you guys. Thank you for having me. Grazie mille. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Well, Casey, I don't know what happened to Will.
He asked one question and disappeared halfway through. I don't know what happened, but
yeah. But I bet something in his room died. His Wi-Fi, his device, or just his will to do this show anymore.
We do our podcast in his room, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. If you want to check it out, and the Wi-Fi cuts out quite frequently, so I'd say that's probably the issue. But
probably it.
I look forward.
Well, this was a lot of fun, man.
I look forward to spending this time with you every week, Ryan.
Me too, and I love you so much, and it's great to see you, and I'm very grateful that I get to see you and Will every week, and I'm grateful to Littlefield and all of the guests that join us. So this is just another great one, and I'll see you next week.
All right, goodbye, buddy. Love you. Goodbye, everybody out there. Take
Bye.
it easy.
See ya.